Right now on News Channel 6 at 6, the Clay County Sheriff's Office has a suspect in custody in connection to a deadly shooting this past weekend. That suspect is the victim's daughter. Why Clay County Sheriff Kenny Lemon says she's being charged with the murder of her father.
And we're continuing to ask questions about the officer over the limit that took 3 lives in a wreck this summer. We filed requests for a number of documents and are asking police about their standard procedures when a deadly accident occurs. What we found out.
Plus, one Texoma High School volleyball team was looking to shine in the state tournament in Austin today. We're there live, and we'll see how the Nakona Lady Indians are doing.
Now in HD. This is News Channel 6, Tonight at 6.
We are continuing to look into the Clay County shooting investigation. Good evening, I'm Chris Horgan.
And I'm Ashley Fitzwater. The Clay County Sheriff's Office arrested a woman they say was involved in the shooting death of John Hamlin. Now, News Channel 6 Taylor Ryan spoke with Clay County officials today. And Taylor, they say the woman accused of shooting and killing Hamlin is his daughter.
Clay County Sheriff Kenny Lemons tells News Channel 6 Jenna Cherish Dickerson was arrested last night. Dickerson is being charged with first-degree murder.
26-year-old Jenna Dickerson is now behind bars in connection to the death of her father, John Hamlin.
We were able to convince her to come to the sheriff's office yesterday, and that's where we made the arrest, and she was booked into the jail.
Hamlin was found dead in his northern Clay County home early Sunday morning. An arrest warrant affidavit from the sheriff's office says Dickerson was found at the scene when officials responded.
Yes, there was another witness at the residence at the time of the shooting.
After interviewing Dickerson and the witness, Sheriff Lemon says their accounts did not match up.
Concluding the investigation of the case, we were able to determine some inconsistencies in the person's statements the night of the actual shooting, to the interview later on, and to statements made to other people.
The affidavit also states that during an interview, Dickerson told an investigator she fired a single shot with a revolver, hitting her father in his chest. According to officials, Dickerson and Hamlin had both been arrested for fighting with each other some years prior to the shooting.
Dickerson is currently being held in the Clay County Jail. Taylor Ryan, News Channel 6.
The sheriff's office says Dickerson's bond is set at $250,000. Stay with News Channel 6 for the very latest on this case. News Channel 6 has submitted a Public Information Act requesting to see former Wichita Falls officer Teddy Whitefield's toxicology. Now, officials tell us it could take up to 10 days before we get that report. We also requested the Wichita Falls Police Department's policies and protocols when investigating potentially fatal vehicle accidents from WFPD. We learned that a blood sample was not taken from Whitefield to determine whether or not he was intoxicated the day he crashed into a vehicle, killing 13-year-old Gloria Montoya and 18-year-old Yenny Lopez and her unborn child. As we work to get you more information on this investigation, you can read all of our extensive coverage on the officer over the limit. It's all on our website. That's newschannel6now.com. Well, another cold day in Texoma, but the temperatures, well, they're expected to warm up yet again.
Thank goodness. Skywarn 6 certified broadcast chief meteorologist Ken Johnson has more on this up and down forecast.
Well, we've been down the last couple of days, but we're getting ready to go back up as we head into at least part of the weekend. Check out temperatures right now across Texoma. It is another cool night with temperatures dropping quickly already. We're down to 47 right now in the Falls, 45 Lawton, 46 in Graham. Your evening planner forecast shows temperatures likely somewhere near or a little below 47 by 7 o'clock, dropping through the 40s into the upper 30s with a breeze blowing out of the southeast. And these southeast winds will keep it from getting quite as cold as we got last night when we dropped into the upper 20s in many locations. The warming trend, it is underway and it continues tomorrow into Saturday, but cooler weather will return. We'll talk more about that coming up.
The city of Wichita Falls continues to stay in the Stage 1 drought watch plan. Lake levels at Lake Arrowhead and Lake Kickapoo are at 55.2% combined. If the levels drop to 50%, the city will enter into the Stage 2 drought stage. Now, under Stage 1, residents are being asked to voluntarily conserve water. If the city does reach Stage 2, mandatory water restrictions will be put into place. Dozens of Occupy Dallas protesters were evicted from their campsite. Police say they violated city law by camping on public property. City officials say the campsite had become a public health and safety hazard. Occupy Dallas protesters have said they were trying to raise awareness about corporate greed and economic inequality. The demonstrators were allowed to stay at that site as long as they kept the area clean and obeyed the law.
Well, it's a mass day of protest against economic inequality. New York police arrested several protesters where the Occupy Wall Street movement started today. Hundreds marched into Lower Manhattan to mark the 2-month anniversary of the Occupy movement. Demonstrators created human chains across Wall Street, cutting off traffic, even blocking some people from getting to work, causing several confrontations.
I don't care. It's global. I want to get to work.
They should go get a job.
Step to the side. Step to the side.
Dozens of demonstrators were taken into custody and several officers were injured, but for the most part, the protests have been peaceful. Demonstrators believe their protest of corporate greed and economic inequality was still a success. Now, we're asking you what you think in our online poll question. Is the Occupy movement protected by the First Amendment? To vote, log on to the homepage of our website. That's newschannel6now.com.
The U.S. House is set to vote tomorrow on a balanced budget proposal. The proposed constitutional amendment would force Congress to balance its budget. The government is accumulating deficits of $1 trillion a year. The supercommittee is struggling to come up with answers as to how Congress should reduce the debt over the coming years. Democrats say a balanced budget requirement would force spending cuts that would make a weak economy weaker. The top Republican in Congress is ruling out using military savings as a way to pay for President Obama's jobs program. Democrats on the supercommittee proposed using war savings to pay for the jobs program. House Speaker John Boehner says war savings should be banked and should not be used to offset other spending. But Boehner doesn't say whether war savings could be used to extend expiring tax cuts.
The Obama administration is beginning its review of deportation cases. Now, they're focusing on illegal immigrants who have committed crimes and are considered public safety concerns or national security threats. An agency memo says government lawyers will start with a pilot program to look at all new deportation cases in immigration courts. The Department of Public Safety highlighting the Texas Highway Patrol's efforts to get dangerous commercial vehicles off the roads. Now, DPS removed more than 60,000 unsafe commercial vehicles and 12,000 unsafe drivers from the roads. DPS Director Stephen McGraw says that commercial vehicles are responsible for about 15% of fatalities in Texas crashes. Well, it is time now to check in with Skywarn 6 Certified Broadcast Chief Meteorologist Ken Johnson for our almanac.
Yeah, and Ken, as we look at these numbers, 27 really sticks out for that low, but we were nowhere near the record in 1959.
27 is actually the coolest reading we've seen so far this fall season here in Texoma. A cold and frosty start to the day. Cold tonight, but not as cold as last night. Not looking at much in the way of frost. Winds continue to remain high, and that's going to promote a warm-up over the next couple of days. We'll talk about that, plus our next rain chances in just a few minutes.
A Texoma organization providing hope for the holidays for numerous homeless families. We're looking at how they're helping people get back on their feet. That's all coming up after the break on News Channel 6.
Now in HD. You're watching News Channel 6, always looking out for you.
How do I celebrate the holidays? Oh, I come to the mall, talk about Ford. Have you actually been in an F-150 before? Ranked highest in initial quality.
Where can I get one of these? These are nice.
EcoBoost engine in the F-150.
The power of a V8 with the fuel efficiency of a V6.
I really want to drive this thing, man. I'm impressed.
I take it right up here, hit the food court.
Now get a Ford F-150 Texas Edition with 0% financing for 66 months or up to $8,500 in total savings.
See your best in Texas Ford deal.
Why'd I switch to U.S. Cellular? Because my last wireless service didn't always work where I was scouting. So I switched. Now I get the highest call quality on a coast-to-coast network. So no matter what town I'm scouting a 350 hitter, I'm sure my call to the front office won't drop. Easy, fella.
U.S. Cellular gives you the highest call quality and network satisfaction of any national carrier. Be with the happiest customers in wireless. Switch to U.S. Cellular.
Hi, Jill from the Pecan Shed here, and we're celebrating our 30th anniversary. That's right, my parents opened the Pecan Shed 30 years ago, and we've been providing the North Texas area with delicious, locally grown pecans ever since. Of course, we have so much more than just pecans. Stop by and browse our Texas Gift, collegiate items, horny toe figurines, and so much more. While you're here, try some of our delicious homemade fudge. At the Pecan Shed, we think we've had the best pecans in Texas for 30 years. On Midwestern Parkway, just 1 block east of Jacksboro Highway.
At Nissan of Wichita Falls, we make it a top priority when it comes to selling affordable and economical pre-owned vehicles.
Take your pick from a 2010 Sebring, 2011 Versa, 2011 Aveo, 2010 Elantra, and a 2010 Sentra. All sale priced at only $12,988, or make no down payment and pay a super low $209 a month.
At Nissan of Wichita Falls, we've learned if you're gonna sell more pre-owned vehicles, you have to sell them for less. And that's what we do here every day at Nissan of Wichita Falls.
It's the break
Nikita's gonna make a move
they've waited for.
Nice little hangout for the evil council of evil.
But is it worth
They're onto us.
the risk?
Seymour, you're going to tell me where they are.
Nikita, all new this Friday at 8, 7 Central on the CW.
Tonight, watch the hottest primetime lineup on the CW Texoma. Plus, watch full episodes of your favorite shows at CWTV.com.
Continuously tracking storms as they move down your street. This is Skywarn Weather on News Channel 6 with Chief Meteorologist Ken Johnson.
Skywarn 6 certified broadcast chief meteorologist Ken Johnson is here.
That's right, with our full forecast. And Ken, we're all wanting to know if tonight is going to be as cold as it was last night.
Not as cold. Last night we were 27. Tonight we're in the 30s. Not looking at a frost or a freeze tonight. South winds getting us warmer, and this sets the stage for the weekend. Let's talk more about it. Skywarn 6 Live 3D Vision radar. Nothing showing up at all. Clean sweep will stay dry tomorrow. Saturday, our next rain chances arrive Sunday, but really looking at next week, early next week, for our better rain chances. High pressure, the same one which brought the cold temperatures last night and the cool weather today, still in control of our weather, but it is shifting off to the east. As it does so, south winds are going to help warm temperatures up. But tonight, clear skies. We still stay cold, but just not quite as cold as what we experienced last night. Now, those winds are going to pick up tomorrow into the weekend. That promotes the warmer temperatures. Strong storm system approaches the area late weekend into early next week. That brings with it our next rain threat, which could begin as early Sunday and could last into Tuesday. Looking ahead into the Thanksgiving holiday, right now it looks dry, but perhaps breezy, warm, or perhaps breezy and mild. Clear skies now in the Falls. We're looking at temperatures in the upper 40s, 47 light southeast wind at the present time. Looking up towards Lawton, our tower cam down here at the moment, but mostly clear skies there as well. Everybody's seeing the southeast winds now between 5 and 10 miles per hour. These increase tomorrow into the 20 to 30 mile per hour ranges. Everybody sees gusty southeast winds. 45 now Lawton, 46 in Graham. We look to the west, Vernon right now at 46 degrees. We look into Bowie, Nacona at 46, Graham and Olney also checking in at 46. So another chilly night with lows across the southern part of Oklahoma, perhaps flirting with the freezing mark, lower 30s up that way. You jump south of the Red River, mid to upper 30s. Throckmorton could be close to 40. Tomorrow, getting milder, south winds increasing. Everybody sees highs in the middle to upper 60s. Perhaps Throckmorton, some of our southwestern counties, could approach 70. So a storm system organizes off to our west and our north Friday into Saturday. This storm system is going to pass up to the north, not bringing rain, but it does increase the wind, and that helps warm our temperatures up. Now, as the storm system shifts off to the north, it's going to drag a front southward, and as we head towards Sunday, Monday time frame, there are some question marks in regards to exactly how far the south this front is going to get, but it does look like it'll knock our temperatures down somewhat, and also tracking a strong storm system that's going to approach the area early next week and perhaps give us a good area of perhaps some decent rainfall. So that's something we'll be keeping a close eye on. Tonight's low temperature at 35 degrees, clear skies, not as cold. Tomorrow, a good supply of sunshine, high at 67, breezy conditions with south winds increasing to 20 and 30 miles per hour. Your 3-day forecast Saturday, we're at 75 to 77. With the warmer temperatures will come some added cloud cover, 70 on Sunday. As we head into early next week, again, there are some question marks in regards to temperatures, but right now we will cool things off a little, also give good rain chances, especially Monday into early Tuesday. There it is, Thanksgiving Day, however, mild and breezy. Right now it's dry.
Every night, just in Wichita Falls alone, an average of 170 homeless people sleep in a shelter. And with the colder months approaching, those numbers can increase.
Yeah, the Homeward Bound Homeless Coalition is making efforts to beat homelessness one person at a time. News Channel 6 Natalie Garcia attended their annual event today, Hope for the Holidays. And Natalie, right now more people are asking for help.
Yet Donna Piper, director of the HBHC, tells me they have seen an increase of homeless or at-risk people in our communities needing assistance. Piper says in a rough economy, she deals with homeless families daily. The HBHC says its annual Hope for the Holidays event assisted nearly 250 homeless people and families to get back on their feet. They work with each person to gain access to finding employment, housing, health care, or applying for personal documents such as IDs or social security cards. They say it's really a community effort.
Wichita Falls, in the spirit of this community, that so many different agencies and people can come together and provide this service for some of our area's most needy residents.
The Homeless Coalition also provided everyone who attended the Hope for Holidays event a warm meal and clothing. The Homeless Coalition tells me they want community members to be aware that just because someone is considered homeless doesn't mean they are on the streets. They say a family could still be considered homeless even though they have a roof over their heads. Natalie Garcia, News Channel 6.
The Homeward Bound Homeless Coalition is comprised of local businesses, nonprofits, and government agencies. News Channel 6 is lending a helping hand to those who want to search for content on our website, where you need to go for all the information you need. Next on News Channel 6.
I played softball when I was younger, and a lot of basketball, and just the wear and tear on my knees. I honestly felt so much pain that I just didn't know if I could make it. I decided that I wanted to have bilateral knee replacement. I had 2 different doctors in the surgery at the same time, and one worked on the left knee and one worked on the right. They both did an outstanding job, and both of my knees feel great. United Regional had everything I needed here locally. I wanted to go where I knew the people that were going to be taking care of me. Honestly, 2 days after I had my surgery, I was up walking with a walker. It was an awesome experience to think that you could go from being in so much pain and then to be in no pain. I chose United Regional.
All-American presents the next generation in oil change. All-American Express, Car Wash, and Lube. With stay-in-your-car convenience, we will air condition your cabin for your comfort, provide TV and Wi-Fi for your convenience, change the oil and wash your car in 13 minutes or less, and you will never leave the comfort of your vehicle, all for $29.95. And remember, you can tell by looking if they go to All-American.
If you don't file bankruptcy and you have a lot of credit cards, the credit card companies are going to do one of a couple of things eventually. They're either going to sue you and get a judgment and try to come take anything you have that's not exempt, or they're going to write off the debt. And under the Internal Revenue Code, Section 61, if they write off the debt, dollar for dollar, it's taxable income to you. The key is to come in before things get out of control and it's too late. I'm Monty J. White. Let me and my team give you a fresh start.
You're watching News Channel 6 at 6. Our website has all the information you need. It just does. So today we're going to help you locate the stories with our Google search bar.
That's right. Only online you can have access to virtually every story we posted over the past 2 years. NewsChannel6Now.com reporter Eric Carlson is here with a demonstration.
Today we're going to talk about how to effectively use the search bar that is embedded in our site to find some of the stories that you're looking for. Let's head there now, NewsChannel6Now.com. It's right up in the top corner here. You might not even be able to see that on your screen, but it's right above the Skywarn 6 right there, and it says Google, and there's a little search bar. And what, I see people, I can see what people search for on our sites, and sometimes your searches are too broad. Narrow it down. If you know somebody's last name, I'm just going to put Smith in here. I know some of you at home might not be able to see that, but when I hit Smith, it's going to pull up anything on our site that has that word in there, be it a last name or whatever. So it popped up Smith and Wesson, Smith, Smith and the Sue Smith Foundation. So if you have a last name you're looking for, if you have the city you're looking for, that would really help too. Pop that in. You pop Bowie on there, all the stories from Bowie will pop up. So it's a really effective way to find things on our website. Hey, and remember, you can find all of the stuff that we talk about right here in this section only online. Eric Croston, NewsChannel6Now.com.
A federal court is issuing new Texas redistricting maps for the 2012 election. There has been a legal challenge on the maps. The U.S. Department of Justice says the maps discriminate against minorities. More on what the new temporary maps mean for the Texas legislature. And we have more information on the AWOL soldier accused of plotting to bomb a restaurant full of Fort Hood soldiers. What the suspect is saying about the 6 new charges that he's facing is coming up tonight at 9 and 10 o'clock on News Channel 6. The Nocona Lady Indians were playing for a spot in the state championship game. Today we're going to see if they could upset #1 White Oak.
Oh, and we're going to take a look at the Rider-Raider playoff state game this Saturday. We're going to see why Rider's the much more experienced team when it comes to road trips. It's next on News Channel 6.
Academy Sports and Outdoors has something for everybody on my holiday list.
All at a great price, too.
My husband will love these.
For my wife.
My sister.
My son. I can get this from my uncle.
My dad needs this.
I guess that's everyone.
Just in case.
Catch this. Quantum Burst Reel or All-Star Team Rods. Your choice. Hot deal $39.99. Turkey Fryer by Cajun Injector. Hot deal $49.99.
The right gifts, the low prices, every day. Academy.
My friend Lynette did not dance at my wedding. She didn't dance at her own wedding. In fact, if you asked her, Lynette would say she does not dance. But I was there last night when she busted a move. And I'll bet if you asked her, Lynette would tell you she was pretty happy she decided to cross the line. What'll happen when you cross the line? Find out at KAUZ Casino.
Ever get the feeling that you and your bank
don't connect?
That the bells and whistles they offer
are not the ones you really need?
And that jumping through hoops for a reward
is not the way you prefer to do business?
At Fidelity, our focus is on simpler things.
Like being here when you need us.
Fidelity Bank. When you're ready, we're ready.
This year I'm celebrating the holidays at the mall, talking about Ford, making new friends.
Whoa, hey!
Ford has 3 vehicles that get 40 miles a gallon.
Blow my mind, 40 miles.
You got the Focus, you got the Fiesta, you got the Fusion Hybrid. We've established that it gets 40 miles a gallon.
That's amazing.
You can't do anything in this car that's not fuel efficient.
40
miles a gallon, yeah.
Now get a 2012 Ford Fusion with 0% financing for 66 months or up to $3,250 in total savings.
See your best in Texas Ford dealer.
This is News Channel 6 Sports with Adam Ostro.
The Nocona Lady Indians entered today's state semifinal confident, but knowing they'd need to play their best to upset the defending state champion, #1 White Oak. They would drop the first set, but win the second. Here we are in the third. Dana Young comes up with the kill. Lady Indians up 9-4. Nocona dominated the third set. Allie Hackley with the kill here to end it, 25-13 Nocona. Now on to the fourth set, more Hackley, another kill. She had 12 in the match. Nocona wins the fourth set, 25-21. They win the match and advance to the state championship game. News Channel 6 Sports' Barry Wong was there today. He joins us now on the phone. Barry, just a great win for Nocona.
Yeah, Adam, it definitely was a great win, but of course it wasn't looking good early. You touched on the first set loss. Kind of dominated in the first set in that loss, but that's kind of been the norm for Nocona all year long. It's a bad set, it's a good set, but when they're good, the Lady Indians are really good, and that was the case in the second through fourth set today. It was kind of a big string of plays for Nocona today. It'd be back-to-back-to-back kills or back-to-back digs, back-to-back blocks. You get the entire team riled up and get the entire Nocona crowd riled up. So, of course, they're moving on to play Potts, who beat Leon in 4 sets in the state championship game on Friday morning. Reporting in San Marcos, Barry Wong, News Channel 6 Sports.
Thank you, Barry. The high school football area round opens up tonight with the Electra Tigers, the only Texoma team in action. The Tigers are looking to continue a trend that's seen District 8A Division II representatives the last 2 years go 8-1 in the playoffs against teams from outside the district. The only loss in the last 2 years was Windthorst's loss to Falls City in the state championship last year. Bront was the District 6A champion this year, but 6A was not the strongest district, while 8A by most measures was. Kickoff tonight is at 7:30 in Breckenridge. We'll bring you all the highlights tonight on News Channel 6 at 10. Now, finishing up our high school playoff previews, the Rider Raiders continue in the Class 4A Division I playoffs Saturday against El Paso Chapin. The game will be at Odessa's Ratliff Stadium with kickoff at noon. That neutral location might feel like a home game for the Raiders when you consider how much they've already traveled this season. Even with a lot of home games, they've been to Amarillo, the Denton area twice, and last week up to Friendship. By contrast, the Huskies, they haven't been outside of El Paso since 0 week, and that was just a 45-mile trip to Las Cruces, New Mexico. The bus ride from El Paso to Odessa is about 5 hours, by far the longest of the season for Chapin. As for on the field, Chapin likes to run the ball, so it will test Riders' run defense, which has played better since their loss to Little Elm that opened district play. Another game to look forward to this weekend, the Dallas Cowboys meet their rivals, the Washington Redskins, Sunday at noon in Landover, Maryland. An extra wrinkle to the storylines this week is that former Cowboy running back Tashard Choice is expected to make his Redskins debut Sunday. There is some concern that he might be able to alert the Redskin defense to the Cowboys' play calls. And the Dallas Stars will have one of their veteran leaders back tomorrow night in Colorado. They activated Steve Ott from injured reserve, replacing Adam Burrish, who's out about a month with a broken hand. Ott had missed 6 games with a hip injury. Before that, he had 8 points in 11 games with the Stars, who lead the Pacific Division with 22 points. You can always follow the latest in Texoma sports on the sports page at newschannel6now.com.
Closed captioning is brought to you by the exterior experts, Arrowhead Roofing, Siding, Gutters, and Windows.
The holidays are just around the corner, but everything that you need for your family gathering is already in stock at HomeZone. Nobody can match our huge 5-piece dining selection under $500, like this gorgeous table in 2 heights for just $398, or this genuine marble dining set for $499, or this and this. Even this complete 7-piece dining set at $499. You will save hundreds, and you'll have it all in time for the holidays this weekend at HomeZone.
Beauty, huh? It's dependable, long-lasting too.
Yeah, I could really use this Silverado. I'm a big hunter.
Oh, what do you hunt?
Deer, fish.
Fantastic.
This holiday, Chevy's giving more. Now combine the All-Star Edition discount with other offers for a total value of $6,500. Or qualified buyers can get 0% APR financing for 60 months plus no monthly payments until spring.
See any of your 6 Red River Chevy dealers today.
For a limited time only at Wagoner Carpet One. Is this thing on? Hey, you know that price match guarantee those boys did was pretty good, but try this one out. How about buy 1 square foot of carpet, get 1 free?
Hey Joe, I'm an inner child. I want something unbecheesable.
Unbecheesable?
I need the new Subway Toasted Grilled Cheese, a 6-inch flatbread with melted American cheddar and pepper jack cheese.
Feed your inner child with the toasted grilled cheese. Subway, eat fresh.
You're watching News Channel 6. Here's a look at the top stories we're following. The Clay County Sheriff's Office arrested a woman they say is connected to a deadly shooting.
Yeah, Clay County Sheriff Kenny Lemon says Jenna Cherish Dickerson was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. 26-year-old Dickerson, the daughter of the victim, 46-year-old John Hamlin. He was found dead with a gunshot wound to the chest in his home in northern Clay County on Sunday. Officials say during an interview, Dickerson told an investigator she fired a single shot, hitting her father's chest.
News Channel 6 has submitted a Public Information Act requesting to see former Wichita Falls officer Teddy Whitefield's toxicology. Officials tell us it could take up to 10 days before we get that report. We also requested the Wichita Falls Police Department's policies and protocols when investigating potentially fatal vehicle accidents from WFPD. You can read all of our extensive coverage on Officer Over the Limit at newschannel6now.com.
And here's a final look at your Skywarn 6 7-day forecast. Tomorrow afternoon up to 67, but those winds will be gusting out of the south, and that might make it feel a little on the cool side. 77 Saturday. We do see temperatures drop some Sunday into early next week as a front heads in. Also, a fairly strong storm system could bring some decent rainfall to the area, perhaps starting as early as late Sunday night. More likely, though, Monday, perhaps lasting into early Tuesday. Looking ahead to Thanksgiving next Thursday, 1 week from now. Temperatures look mild and perhaps could be a little on the breezy side, but we're going to keep the forecast dry. Maybe a storm system beyond Thanksgiving Day that could threaten us with rain again, but for now we're going to keep the forecast dry.
I think there's a lot of people out there that would not be complaining that on Thanksgiving, after the summer we went through, we're seeing some rain.
Yeah, I think we've got a really good chance for just about everybody to see some rain Monday.
Good, bring it on. We'll have much more to be thankful for.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us. Text Home. We'll see you back here at 10 o'clock.